Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So for today's video, I am going to show you how to make this very cute little AXIE BEAST amigurumi. So if you want to learn how to do this, please keep on watching. To be able to do this project, you should already know how to do the magic ring, single crochet, increase, and the decrease. So now let's start with the project. We need a yellow yarn, a crochet hook, it depends on what size do you have, a pair of scissors, a stitch marker, and a crochet needle. For mine, I just made a D.I.Y because I do not actually have my crochet needle yet. So the first part that we will do are the horns. So we need 2 of these horns. The first step is make a magic ring and put 6 single crochets in this magic ring. After finishing the 6 single crochets, you should use this yarn here to tighten the magic ring. And then after that, place 1 single crochet in every stitch. So after placing the first single crochet, don't forget to put the stitch marker so that you know where you started. After finishing the second row with 6 single crochets, you will have to do it again. So for the third row, you need to put single crochet in every stitch as well. So that is a total of 6 single crochets. After finishing the third row, your project should already look like this. And then we just need to make the horn pointed now. All we have to do is to remove this stitch marker here and then make single crochet. You can actually put the single crochet anywhere you can see stitch. Just make sure to make the horn more pointed. Alright, so I just do it like this, and then if you think that the horn is already high enough, you can just make a chain. Just chain 1 and then tighten your project. So when you are done with the horn, you can already cut the yarn and then just hide the excess yarn anywhere in your work, just like this. You can hide it on the wrong side of the horn. And I'm also already done with the second horn, so here they are. Now what we are going to do next are the ears, so we need 2 of this again, and we will start with a magic ring and 6 stitches or 6 single crochets in the magic ring. When you are done with the 6 single crochets, just tighten the magic ring by pulling this yarn here, and then put 2 single crochets in every stitch, so that will be a total of 12 single crochets on the second row. So don't forget to put your stitch marker on the very first single crochet. And then for the third row, just place 1 single crochet in every stitch, so that will be another round of 12 single crochets. And that's it. Just repeat the pattern for the second ear. For this ear, you must cut the yarn a bit long so that you will use it for connecting it to the body later on. And this excess yarn here, you can put it on the other side, just like this. So your ear should look like this. So we are done with the 2 ears and the 2 horns. Now let's make 4 legs. And we are going to start the legs as well with a magic ring and 6 single crochets in it. When you are done with the magic ring, just tighten it again. And then I've noticed that I made a bit long legs here, so I'm gonna make it shorter. So what I did is to just make 3 rows of 6 single crochets, so which means in every stitch I'm going to put 1 single crochet. So when you finish 3 rows of single crochets or 6 single crochets, your work should already look like this, and we are just going to flip it. So this excess yarn should be inside. So you must be patient while doing this because it's a bit hard. So we are already done flipping the work. Now let's cut the yarn we must leave an excess here so that we can use it to connect to the body. And then this other excess yarn, let's just put it inside the leg to serve as a stuffing. So we are going to repeat this pattern or this process 4 times because we need to make 4 legs. So there we already have 4 legs, 2 ears, 2 horns, and then the next thing that we will do will be this one. It is actually an arrow at the back of the AXIE BEAST. So we need white yarn and some red yarn. On this part of the project, we are going to make an I-cord. Let's start with a slip knot, chain 3. Now skip the chain beside the hook and then insert your hook in the second chain, at the center chain. So this one, and then yarn over, insert your hook in the first chain, yarn over. Okay, so we already have 3 loops here. Now remove 2 loops and we already have only 1 loop here. Now yarn over, insert your hook in the second loop and yarn over, and then on the third loop and yarn over. So we already have 3 loops again. Just repeat the process. Remove the 2 loops, yarn over on the first loop, and then in the second loop yarn over, and the third loop yarn over. So we are just basically repeating the process until we reach the size of the I-cord that we want. And for my project, I made 10 rows for this pattern. And if you can notice, guys, I am actually struggling on making an I-cord because it's my first time doing this. But I know that if we practice and practice, we can make it perfect, right? So now I'm almost done with my I-cord. So guys, I am already done with the 10 row I-cord. So to finish this one, we just need to yarn over the 3 loops, okay? And then, oh, I'm struggling again, but we can do it. Alright, so just chain 1 and then tighten the project. Okay, so now let's chain another one and then flip the project. And if you can see this stitch here, just make 1 single crochet, alright, and then chain 1, flip your project, then you can see a stitch here again, just make a single crochet, alright, and then another single crochet on this stitch here. Just find the right stitch, okay, and then put single crochet, another single crochet on this side, alright, and then 1 more single crochet, or just chain 1 just to shape the I-cord like this, just like an arrow. And then we are going to insert here, we are already going to insert the red yarn. Okay, just cut this yarn here, then tighten the project, and then you can hide this excess yarn at the back part of the project. Okay, now let's add the red yarn. just insert your hook on the very first stitch here, then yarn over, make a single crochet, and then another single crochet on this stitch here, and then one more single crochet on the next stitch. So we just made 3 single crochet here, and then let's just chain 1 and tighten this red one, or I think I didn't chain here, so just cut it, and then we are going to hide the excess yarns at the back of the project. So we are now done with the body parts of our AXIE Beast. Now we are going to start the body. Okay, so we are going to use yellow yarn again here, and we are going to start with a magic ring with 6 single crochets in it. After the 6 single crochets, just tighten the magic ring with this excess yarn here, and then for the second row we are going to place 2 single crochets in every stitch. So don't forget guys to put your stitch marker on the very first single crochet that you make, so that you know where you started. Just always place this stitch marker in the very first single crochet. So you are going to finish this row with 6 or with 12, I should say 12 single crochets. Now we are done with row 2. Now for row 3, you just need to place a single crochet on the very first stitch, and then place the stitch marker. For the second stitch you place 2 single crochets. That's 1 and then 2, and on the next stitch place 1 single crochet, and the fourth place 2 single crochets. So that will be 1 2 1 2. Okay, so that will give you 18 single crochets after you finish this row. So 1 single crochet on the first stitch, on the second stitch 2 single crochets. So we are done with the third row. Now for the fourth row, you will have to put a single crochet. Okay, so 1 single crochet on the first stitch, 1 single crochet on the second stitch, and then 2 single crochets on the third stitch. So we are adding 2 single crochets in some stitches because that serves as the increase. Okay, so single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase. So that is for row 4. So you should end up with 24 single crochets in row 4. So next for row 5, we will just keep on increasing. So we are going to put single crochets on the first 3 stitches. So single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, then 2 single crochets on the 4th stitch. always make sure to put your stitch marker on the very first single crochet. Now let's continue. Single crochet on the first 3 stitches and then place 2 single crochets on the 4th stitch. So there on this row you will end up with 30. Now we are done with row 5 with 30 single crochets. Now let's make row 6. So that will be 1 single crochet in every stitch on the first 4 stitches. So that is 1 on the first stitch, 2nd stitch 1 single crochet, 3rd stitch 1 single crochet, and 4th stitch 1 single crochet. Now on the 5th stitch we are going to do the increase, so that is 2 single crochets. And repeat this one until you finish row 6, so that will be 36 single crochets. And there you have it. Finish with row 6 with 36 single crochets. Now let's continue with row 7. So you will have to place single crochets or 1 single crochet on the first 5 stitches. So that is 1. Place the stitch marker. That is 2, 3, 4th stitch, and 5th stitch. So that is 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochets on the 6th stitch. So just continue making this pattern. 1 single crochet on the first 5 stitches and then 2 single crochets on the 6th stitch. So at the end of row 7 we should already have a total of 42 single crochets. So the size of our Amigurumi is already okay with this. Now we are going to place a single crochet in every stitch, so that is for row 8 and row 9. So just a single crochet in every stitch, so which means 2 rows of 42 single crochets. So we are done with row 8. Now let's start row 9. So again, a single crochet in every stitch. So you can already flip your work just like this. Okay, so the excess yarn should already be inside your project. So I am also done with row 10 and I put a single crochet in every stitch, so that is a total of 42 single crochets. Now we are ready to put the horn, so just put it like this. Don't forget to place your stitch marker there so that your project won't unravel. So just place the first horn beside the chain or the crochet where you stopped. So that is on the row 9. Just place it like this, and then you can use your crochet needle to attach this horn, but for me I am using my crochet hook because I don't find my crochet needle very convenient. It's not convenient to use it, so let me just use my crochet hook. Just make sure guys that you are able to attach every side of the horn so that it won't move. Like this, I am attaching the stitches around the horn, the base of the horn. Alright, so we are done attaching the first horn here. So we just need to hide this excess yarn here. You can hide it anywhere inside the body. You can use your crochet hook, or you can also use your crochet needle. And then just to make sure that the yarn is secured, you can tie it with the other excess yarn inside the body of our amigurumi. And now let's attach the second horn on the 9th row as well. So there should be 5 single crochets. The distance should be between 5 single crochets from the first horn. And then just make sure that you will be able to attach it very well using your crochet hook or your crochet needle. And for the second horn, I will try to use my crochet needle. Let's see if it will work. It's really easier to do it with a crochet needle, but the needle that I have here has a very big hole, so I can just use my crochet hook. I think it's a bit easier. So there you go, we are already done attaching the second horn. So let's just hide this excess yarn here, and we can also secure it by tying with the other excess yarns inside the body. So after the horn, let's now put a mouth in our amigurumi. So we are going to use a blue yarn and then our crochet needle. So you can see this is the center, and this is the first row from the center. Just insert the crochet needle there and then try to pull a bit long, and then insert your crochet needle at the center. Then imagine that you have a triangle here. Now insert the crochet needle at this center part of the triangle like this, and then you will get the yarn, and then put it back on the same stitch. Then you can see that you already formed a curve here. Now let's make another curve with the same pattern, but this time we are going to insert the crochet needle at the center first, and then one row from the center here. And then imagine that you have a triangle again on this part of the face. Then insert the crochet needle here. Then get the yarn and form another curve, just like this. And there you have it. Already have the mouth for our project. You just need to pull the yarn if you think the sizes of the mouth is not equal. And then after doing that, you can already tie the excess yarn at the back or inside the project. Next, let's put eyes. So here you just have to place it one row from the end of the mouth. So just like this. So the eyes that I'm using do not have any tail or just like any other eyes of some Amigurumi. So I am going to use glue stick to paste it or to stick it to the project. So it will be just, I'm using this glue stick and glue gun, of course. So it is put just below the horns. So that is about 2 rows from the horns and half row from the end of the mouth. And then for the eyebrows, the white eyebrows, we are going to use white yarn as well. So from this part of the eye, you can insert your crochet hook, then get the yarn, and then pull it back from the stitch here. Then do the same on the right eyebrow. So I said right because we are facing the project. So just insert the hook here, pull the yarn, and then pull it back with this stitch here. So if you think that the shape of the eyebrow is not good enough, you can change the stitches where you are inserting your crochet hook, just like what I did. So the eyebrows are already looking good, and as always, you just need to tie your excess yarn and then cut it. So just don't tie the yarn too tightly because it might change the shape of your Amigurumi's body. So here it is now. We're done with the eyebrows. Next are the ears. Now let's attach the ears to the body, so it will be just like this. Okay, we are going to use the 2 excess yarns on the 2 sides of the ears to attach the ears. Just do it like this. It should be 3 single crochets from the horn, and it will also should be attached on the row 9 like this. And for attaching the ears, you just need to find the right stitch where you can attach it so that it will look good. So if you are still watching this video, it means that you really want to learn how to make this cute amigurumi. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you won't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share this too. There you go, we are done with one ear, and always remember to secure it by tying the excess yarn, and then just do the same process on the other ear, so for the left ear. So now that we are done with the horns, the eyes, mouth and ears, we can already put our front legs. Okay, just put it here on this part. This is about 2 stitches or 2 single crochets from the ears, and it should be added or placed on row 9. Okay, so let's start putting the first leg. We are done with the first leg. Just make sure that it is intact, okay? And it is on row 9 below the eyes. Okay, just like this, and it should be a bit close to the ear. Just about 2 to 3 single crochets from the ear, and we're also done with the second leg. So look how cute it is now. Let's just continue making the body until we are done with the body, and then we will add the back legs and then also the tail or the arrow. Let's continue by adding another round of 42 single crochets. So that will be putting a single crochet in every stitch. So there you go, guys. I forgot to show you, but I am already done, or I am already finished making 3 rows of 42 single crochets. So again, that is 1 single crochet in every stitch. Now let's start decreasing. Okay, so we are going to decrease in every row. So for the first row here, for the decrease, we are going to put a single crochet on the first 5 stitches. So that is already 2, and don't forget to place the stitch marker on the very first single crochet. That is already the 5th stitch. And then for the 6th and 7th stitch, we are going to yarn over in the 7th stitch and yarn over through the 3 loops. And let's repeat the pattern. First stitch, second stitch, third stitch, fourth stitch, and 5th stitch. And then on the 6th and the 7th, we are going to do the decrease. And then let's just do the same pattern until we finish the whole row. We are now done with the first row of the decrease part. So now let's have our second row of the decrease. So we are going to put 1 single crochet in every stitch for the first 4 stitches. So that is 2, 3, and 4. And then for the 5th, let's just yarn over, and on the 6th, and then yarn over through the 3 loops. So don't forget to place your stitch marker on the very first single crochet, and then just repeat the process until you finish the second row of decrease. And there you go, we are already done with this row, and as you can see, the hole is already getting smaller, and we can already now put the back leg. So just like this, you put it here. It should look like this. Okay, let's just make sure that it is on its right place. Okay, It should be a bit diagonal and about 4 rows from the front leg, and it should be in line with the front leg as well. And also for the other leg, just do the same thing. Make sure that it's a bit diagonal and it's in line with the front leg. Ta-da! And look, we are already done putting the back leg. So it should look like this, about 2 to 3 rows from the front leg. Okay, now let's continue doing the decrease. But before that, I've noticed that we have some details to put here. So the AXIE Beast has a white patch here, so that is only 3 patches. So let's just put white yarn here. It's very easy to do this, so you can just add it, or if you do not want to add some white here, that's also fine. I'm so sorry guys, I just checked it and that is actually a spike. I'm not totally sure what that is, but let's just put some white yarn here because the color of that detail is white. And I've seen there are 4, but I'm just going to put 3 here, okay? So there they are, and let us also do the same thing on the other side. We are now done with both sides. We can already continue our AXIE Beast body. So let's do another decrease, and this time we are going to place 1 single crochet on the first 3 stitches, and then let's do the decrease on the 4th and the 5th stitches. Then repeat the process until you finish this row. We are done with the 3rd row of decrease. Now for the 4th row of decrease, just place 1 single crochet on the first 2 stitches, and on the 3rd and 4th stitches we will do the decrease. Just yarn over, and then yarn over through the 3 loops, and just repeat the process until you finish this row. So single crochet on the 1st and 2nd stitches, and then decrease on the 3rd and the 4th stitches. Alright, so before adding another row of decrease, let's now put some stuffing into our amigurumi. So I'm using just a little bit of cotton, not too much, because our project is just small and it is just a size of a keychain. When you are done with the stuffing, you can already continue the decrease, and this time let's make 1 single crochet on the first stitch and then decrease on the 2nd and the 3rd stitches. I'll repeat, 1 single crochet on the first stitch and then decrease on the 2nd and the 3rd stitch. And just do this until you finish this round. We are almost done with the body. Now let's just make a pure decrease. Okay, so for the first and second stitches, let's make that decrease, and then another decrease for the third and fourth stitches. On the fifth and the sixth stitches, another decrease until you finish the whole row. That will be until you only have 6 stitches left. Since we only have 6 stitches left now, the last thing that we will do to close the hole is to use our crochet needle. And we can already cut the yarn now and use the crochet needle to sew these 6 stitches together. You should insert the needle in the back loop only. So we have 2 loops here. You can insert it at the center of the stitch, just like this. And then just tighten it to close the hole, and we are done with the body. So you can just hide this excess yarn anywhere. Just insert your crochet needle anywhere in the body until you no longer can see this excess yarn here. There you go. I can only see small amount of excess yarn now, so we can just cut it to get rid of it. And we are done with our amigurumi body. Now let's just add the arrow at the back of our AXIE beast. So you can place it like this, and then you can also use your crochet needle to connect it to the body. And look, we are already done adding the arrow at the back. So that is 2 rows from the center, and it is placed in between the horns. So look, our AXIE beast amigurumi is already done. Thank you guys for watching. So I hope you like my very first amigurumi project, and for more videos just click subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified.